Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a get ready with me, and I'm going to be using this palette that I found at Rite Aid a few weeks ago, and it's from LA Colors and it's called Nude. There were 3 in the display. There was the nude, like a smoke one, and then I cannot remember what the third one was. I did take a picture of the display as well, put it on the screen, but these palettes were $3.99, and it was one of those moments that I just thought, I have to know if this works for $3.99. I have to know what this does for $3.99. There are plenty of shade options, and I just had to know how this works. There are 4 matte shades. This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. 3 metallic-y shades, and then these 2 are highlights, and you can obviously use those as eyeshadows as well. It does come with the directions embossed on the shadow, so it says crease, lid, lid, crease. I have used this several times, so I have kind of worn those off, but those are on there initially if you want to just follow the directions and don't want to think about it. So we're going to use this guy today because I just wanted to. If you guys want to get ready with me using this $3.99 super drugstore palette, just keep watching. I already have my eyeshadow primer on. I'm currently using the Marc Jacobs Undercover eyeshadow primer, which is hilarious because it's an expensive eyeshadow primer, and this is a $4 drugstore palette, but I did get that primer at TJ Maxx, so it's okay. So there was Nude, Rose, and Cool is what the other one was called. So the Rose is more, I'll put the picture up, but the Rose is obviously pinks, and then the Cool is cool tones. And the Nude is warmer to me than I would almost call that a rose, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't really love first impression videos. I don't know. They're just not my favorite. I guess I don't dislike them, but for me, I would rather use something several times and have some sort of idea rather than just saying, oh yeah, this is crap or this is good after the first use, because so much of that changes, at least for me. I wanted to use this a few times before I said, hey, this is good or this is, crap. It's a little better than I was anticipating. It's not the best palette in the world, but for $4, I think it's not terrible. Spoiler alert. So I'm going to just use some of I'm going to take this sponge out before I keep dropping it everywhere. The shades don't have names, which is fine. So I'm going to start with this. I'm going to try to do a little cooler look with this because I have used these warmer shades quite a bit, and I haven't played with this taupey color as much. I've used, I've used all of them at least once, but I want to go a little cooler today. So I'm going to start with the latest putty matte shade. It's like a putty gray, I guess. And I put this all over my lid. And one thing about this, particularly these cooler, more brown shades, they're not as pigmented right away, but you can build them up. This really pretty rust color and then this brown color, they're more pigmented upon first application. And I've said 1,000 times, I don't mind building up a shadow. That doesn't bother me. But it has to be, not patchy, and it has to be blendable, and those are the criteria. As I'm dipping my brush into these, there isn't a lot of kick up or fallout, so they don't feel like I'm getting any product on the brush because there's almost no kick up in the pan. And so I keep digging my brush into it. So I guess if you aren't a fan of hard pressed shadows, you probably wouldn't enjoy this. I've said 5 words this morning before this video, so my voice is still very morning voice. I actually have been using the sponge tip or my finger for these shimmer shades. They don't pick up very well on a brush. Personally, I don't find a lot of shades do. I prefer to use my finger to apply shimmer shades. That's just kind of how I roll. I'm going to go in with the, this like really gray color. First, the sponge, which is so awkward. Like, it's such an awkward thing to use because it doesn't really fit in the pan properly. You have to like scrape it, and it's kind of weird. And then I go in with my finger and add a little more. I'm going to just use a clean blending brush. And then I'm going to take my finger in the outer, in the darker color. This is also labeled crease color, and it's like a shimmer, so I'm not, I don't know about that, but then I'm going to put that on the outer half of my eye. These colors aren't, you're not going to wear this palette and think, oh, wow, these colors are just really striking. Personally, unless you love this type of eyeshadow. I love color, so to me this looks kind of bland. What is this? I don't know. It's from Luxie. This is a mini angled brush, but it's kind of flat. And I'm going to put this darker color that I've been using on the brush, and then get the brush wet. I'm using the NYX Matte Finish setting spray. It really deepens the color, so. And then a clean brush, and just, I don't know why I started on that eye because I never do that. Do you have an eye that you always start on? I always start on my right eye, so I just did it on my left eye. That's super weird. Anyway, have you found an amazing drugstore product lately? Either from the new releases or just, you know, a product that you've just tried and you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then I'm just going to go back in with this brush and just, you know, blend some of this lid color in here again, this first lid color that I used. I always have one eye. Like, everyone talks about their eyebrows being different, but I'm like, no, my eyelids are different. I also have two different sized eyes. Like my left eye, I think, just doesn't open as much as my right. I always struggle because in the mirror it doesn't look as like off as it does in the monitor. So who do I believe? My eyes? Or the image being played back to me? I don't know. But we're gonna carry on. I'm going to use the darkest matte brown crease shade, just a little bit. I like these brown tones because they almost look like plum. They're like purpley brown. And I love a purple eyeshadow. So I'm going to use the Flower Beauty Blush Balm in Pinched. I've talked about this several times. I love this color. And I quite like the formula of this blush. And this is a Sonia Kashuk stippling brush, number 124. I don't know if they still have this. I got it on clearance when they were clearancing out like all of the Sonia Kashuk stuff. But then they brought back some brushes, so I really don't know what's around and what's not that. Okay. I've been using the Sunset Strip bronzer by, no, Sunset Striptease by Wet n Wild. Just a little, like just a little. All these tiny hairs. Also, that's hair, it's not patchy. I'm gonna go back into this palette with, where's my brush? A tiny, this is the Vintage Cosmetic Company brush. It came out of BoxyCharm. And I'm gonna take this darkest crease color that I was using. And then my highlight of choice lately has been this Mally Effortlessly Airbrush. And then spray my face with this Milani Make It Last. And then for my lip color, I'm going to use Buxom Rose Julep. This is one of the full-on lip creams. They smell like vanilla cake. And that's it. A cool toned smoky eye from a $4 drugstore palette. Is this the best palette in the world? No. Is it the worst palette in the world? Nope. Have you guys tried these? Am I gonna buy another one? Probably not, just because I have so much eyeshadow that. But this palette wasn't amazing. It's functional. There are options. You can do all mattes. You can do there's shimmers. I didn't use the highlight shades, so there you go. I found this at Rite Aid. I don't know. I'll obviously try to find it online. I tried to find it a few weeks ago online and I couldn't, so maybe it's on there now. But otherwise, I found mine at Rite Aid. What do you guys think? Do you use a lot of LA Colors makeup? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments or video suggestions, please leave those down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.